September is here and football season's in high gear, so you know what to do. Leave it right here. This is the Burt Williams Show. ASA team coming into Davenport this week. Know there's a talented bunch, but there's always some questions about what type of personnel they're going to bring.
Well, you never know. It's a one-year program, so they change in and change out every year for the most part. And not having a lot of film to work with, getting ready for this, you really didn't know how your personnel matchups would be. Scheme-wise, it changed a little bit from where they've been as well because they had some new coordinators. So a lot of questions going into this. The one question we didn't have was, what level of talent they would have. And we knew they would have a lot of speed and all that, and they did. But we felt pretty good about our lines being able to hold up in each box. And the day turned out that was indeed the case.
Well, don't go anywhere. We have some exciting first half highlights for you. You're watching the Burt Williams Show.
Number 2.
Guys, they're everywhere. They're killing us from the outside. We've got to cover the cracks and crevices. We cannot let them penetrate. Ready? Ready! We got to protect perimeter! Let Bughouse get rid of your pest nightmare.
Elbow's connected to the arm, and your ears are connected to your brain. Your legs connected to your toes. My elbow's connected to another part of my arm. Your wrist is connected to your joint. The hand's connected to the elbow.
Coach, we come out, ASA wins the toss and elects to receive.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day in Davenport. Got a big home crowd, excited to be here, and started off with nice coverage right here by our kickoff coverage team and put the defense on the field to set the tone for the day.
And they come out on the first drive right here, finding some holes up front. You see the safety Tyler there filling, making a good play.
Yeah, defensively, again, we weren't exactly sure what we're going to see. A little zone read. Athletic quarterbacks doing a nice job, moving the chains, and right there we held them to fourth, and they went for it at midfield. Something we thought was a little risky, but anyway, we got the ball in good field position, and Akeem Judd, after a good week of practice, is in there and doing a nice job finishing that run.
Then our drive kind of stalls. We come out here with Rutherford attempting the field goal, and he kicks it through to give GMC the lead.
Yeah, Brandon's done a nice job for us on the year. Good execution on the snap and the hold, and take an early lead, and Brandon comes back out here and gives us a nice kickoff right at the goal line with good hang time, and coverage is there, but we got to get that tackle right there. We're leaving our feet on the tackle, which is a poor technique on our part. We certainly know better, and should have had that man down there inside the 20, but we give them great field position.
They come back here, going to get it in the air and complete this pass, and they had a little bit of success today in the curls.
They did. We're a little soft at times at corner. We got to tighten down coverage still. We'd made some improvements on the day overall, but there's a couple of times where we did not do well underneath. And again, you can see where we're letting our rush lanes get too wide, and an athletic quarterback coming in there and making a play, but we do bow our backs and put an end to it right there. And Jamarlo Alford, I believe, was the man that gets the block there on the field goal attempt.
Then we come back here out of the shotgun. Thomas going to work the tunnel screen. And a nice job here, the offensive lineman getting up front and really receiver getting upfield.
Yeah, Zyreka Sletman's a big, fast, physical freshman receiver for us out of Lincoln County. He's an exciting guy to watch, and we need to try to get the ball into his hands some more. He really does a nice job with it. Very physical blocker. Pat doing a good job there, pulling the ball down, scrambling, and line doing a good job here. Getting the ball to Javon Robinson, opening a nice hole inside, and getting the ball down close to scoring zone.
Yeah, and that was another third and short. Javon Robinson turns into a big game. We come back here, and the eye gonna keep giving it to him, and he just about gets in.
Yeah, really close. He's trying to sniff that end zone and get it in there, and we get right down to the inch line and give the ball back to him and pop it over for the touchdown.
And then we're going to come out here with Rutherford attempting the extra point, and he's going to kick it through to make it 10-0. And they are moving the ball, but you got to be happy so far keeping them off the scoreboard.
Well, that's kind of been a theme so far this year, and something we've worked on, trying to get off the field a little quicker on defense. But we've been bending a little bit, but bowing our back when we get down into the scoring zone.
Kind of an odd look here. He looks like he's going to come out of the end zone, and then he decides to stop right about the 1 inch line.
Yeah, it's. I'm glad we didn't get the flag there. The guy acted like he was running, then at the last second took a knee. Looked like he stepped out actually. So it all worked right there, one way or another. But the quarter change, we forced a punt, and nice job returning here, Dante Beckham. Dante's got to learn to get that ball tucked away though. We're holding that ball a little loose.
And we come back here with Thomas in the shotgun, and he eludes a tackler and has a man here, but the receiver just slips down before he can come back to the ball.
Yes, scramble drill right there. He's got to work with the quarterback a little behind, and we didn't pick up the edge blitz right there. Had a mistake in our protection. So they forced the punt, and then our coverage team a little asleep at the wheel here. We give them a first down on the roll. We got to be able to get on that ball a little more quickly and not give them that yardage. But defensively, right here, a little bit of the zone read scheme again, and their quarterback was doing a nice job reading it. He was an athletic young man and could move the chains. But again, give a little, and we bow her back and force the punt.
And then it ends up being a touchback here, and we get to come out on the other side. Right here, we give up one of the few times we gave up pressure on the day.
Yeah, Devon kind of overset that right there, gave up the inside move, and it's something Devon's done a much better job of this year is with a wide speed rush, something he struggled with at times last year, and lost his focus on his technique right there, opened up the inside, and they took it and made a nice play. But here's Devontae Lambert coming in with a big play, sack and strip of the ball, and LeGrand Harley scooping and scoring for a touchdown to extend our lead.
Harley looks like he's had the ball in his hands before and knew what to do with it.
Well, he probably did a little running back in the day. He actually injured himself off the field on Friday. We weren't sure if he was going to be able to go. Had a little bicycle riding accident and tore his toe, but he sucked it up and did a nice job for us.
And we come back here with a nice high kick. But once again, we're going to have a little bit of a breakdown in coverage, and they're going to get a nice return out of it.
Well, we got guys in position to make plays, and they just didn't make the play right there. DJ Goodman got downfield just like we teach them, and then it just kind of chokes it down, which is, probably gave them 30 yards of field position, unfortunately. But anyway, defense, they got to come back out. They got to stop these guys, got to find a way. And we did a nice job on the day on the run. We've seen a couple of scrambles that went for positive yardage, but we had a lot of sacks as well that backed them up. But defense, again, bows their back, forces the punt, and we're in pretty good shape coming out of here after the ball goes in for a touchback again.
Then we're going to pick it up right here with Bird. He's going to take a quarterback draw, pick up nice yardage right here, getting to the outside.
Emmanuel does a nice job running the ball, big athletic young quarterback. Just continuing to work with him to get him more comfortable in the offense. But we stalled here and had to force a punt, and Alex Turbano got a really nice one off right here and flipped the field on him.
And then they're going to come back out in the gun and try to hit us in the flats right here, but just a great break on the ball as he comes out right here by Duffy, almost having an interception.
Thought he was going to get that. He didn't get his head around fast enough to get his eyes on the ball to catch it. But again, part of the effort, we're trying to do a better job on some of that low and mid-range passing game. And T-Pain went in there and got a partial block right there on that punt and helped us get really good field position. We're running the delayed draw right there to Akeem Judd and trying to get the ball down in field position to maybe get some more points here at the end of the half.
And keeping it on the ground with Judd coming out here, making people miss on the outside, and keeping his feet just to get that first down.
I think the most impressive shot right there was our guard jumping over that defender. It's probably the most athletic play he's had to make this year, but Joe couldn't quite get out in front of him. And we got tackled, but a great play action and catch right there to Montez McGuire. One of the best things Montez does is high point the ball, and he did a great job right there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing when they go up and catch it with their hands and keep your feet in like that. It's just a beautiful play to watch. PAT was good, and that makes it 24-0 lead. We come back out here with a kick and going to get a little bit better coverage on this one.
Yep, better job getting down here. Again, we got guys, we missed that initial tackle, but St. Pierre comes down there, and him and a couple other guys help knock him down there around the 25.
They come back out still working that kind of a curl flat area with a little skinny post there, complete for a first down.
Yeah, it should have had a linebacker up underneath that to kind of deny that, and we didn't quite get the position in time. Again, we have the same problem right there, but nice tackle and strip right there of the ball. We were letting them get down close, but good job right there scooping and getting some yardage back for us. Corey Neely, one of our free safeties, and we're back out here again into the half, trying to get down close enough to get some points. Nice run right here, Javon Robinson, doing what he's done all year, getting a lot of yards after contact.
We come back out here, going to roll out to the left and complete a nice throw and catch here on the sidelines to pick up a first down.
Yeah, just running out of time here, trying to give us a chance to get up and get this field goal, and pretty long one. Brandon had plenty of leg, but he pulled it a little bit left and went just outside. So we go into half with a 24-0 lead.
Coach, like we mentioned in there, the bend but don't break mentality of this defense, but there's nothing to help an offense out like a defense creating turnovers.
But no doubt, we've been really good with that all year, creating turnovers and doing it at very opportune times as well. So, been real pleased about our guys. I think we've done a good job of going for the tackle first and the second guy coming in trying to strip and get it out. The guys are listening to what we're teaching them, and they're building on that. And as we go through the season, I think we'll see more of that.
Well, your second half highlights are up next. You're watching the Burt Williams Show.
Excuse me. Your change.
It's nice to know you can trust people. State Farm is counting on it. They want you to talk to your neighbors, then call a State Farm agent, find out how you can get discounts up to 40%. See, State Farm insures 40 million drivers. That's more than Geico and Progressive combined.
Then call State Farm agent Karen Rowell at 478-452-4502.
When you get your statement from your financial representative, are you confused by all the extra fees? Grant Financial Group ends the confusion with flat-rate, fee-based asset management. Our team of professionals can handle all the financial needs for your business or your personal assets at significantly lower cost. We have relationships for everything from accounting to legal issues with a premium on service for you. Come see us today and let Grant Financial Group provide you with long-term success in your financial future.
Elbows connected to the arm, and your ears are connected to your brain. Your legs connected to your toes. My elbow's connected to another part of my arm. Your wrist is connected to your joint. The hand's connected to the elbow.
Come back out with ASA kicking off. We're going to have the ball here, going to receive it on about the 5, and Knight makes a great return here, breaking some tackles and getting yardage.
Q's got nice speed, good running skills, and he actually gets sandwiched in here a little bit and got a little bit of a muscle injury there in the upper back, lower neck and all, but he pushed through it and played the rest of the day. But, we're excited to get back out here on offense and and looked to execute a little bit better overall. That was probably the one thing that we were a little bit unhappy about at halftime. Just felt like we were a little off in our execution overall, but came out and did some good things, moving the ball well on the ground right here. And Javon, again, doing what he's done, as I said earlier, all year. Just getting a lot of yards after contact, and then we punch it in here from the goal line set and extend that lead to 31-0 after the kick.
And we come back here and the field goal is good. Javon has really been a pleasant surprise and such a compliment to Judd in that backfield.
Having that 1-2 punch between those guys, really, as a coach, is kind of like Christmas morning when you get to game day. Both of them have great skill sets running. Both of them are, Division I, big-time type tailbacks, and they have some similarities, but they also have some differences in the way they run and the things that they do. So they are a great complement, and hopefully both those guys will stay healthy, and we'll have that 1-2 punch every game this year. But defense comes out here doing a nice job, getting a big sack there, and get an errant snap, and we end up getting a very short field right here as our punt team goes in there and tackles the punter. And trying to throw one here, Emmanuel Bird had a goal line route called here, and they covered it up pretty well. He pulls it down and pops it in for the touchdown.
And you got to love that coming out at half, being able to put up 2 quick scores to extend that lead to 38-0.
Well, it's, again, coming out and executing well early, and we had started rolling our second line group in after that first touchdown and all. And, of course, Emmanuel coming out running the offense for, several series and all that type of stuff, getting him some more experience. And all throughout the offense, just getting more people on the field at this point. So it was good to see the execution, maybe even do better than we did in the first half. And, giving up a big play, again, we're doing some of the same things on defense, getting some other guys in there to start building some experience and reps. And our underneath coverage right here, again, is we're starting to have, with that second group, some holes. And we got to lock it down right here, giving too much. And, of course, you got to give Atlanta Sports Academy credit. Quarterback's doing a nice job. They've got another guy in there and feeding the ball to their receivers and getting in position. And actually broke on this ball and knocked it away, hit the receiver's foot, and it bounced back to him, and he caught it on his back for the touchdown. But it still counts, unfortunately, against us, and they get on the board there at 38-7.
And you can see on that drive that their skill positions are, they have some speed and some talent on the edges.
They do, and that's one of the things that really scares you. I mean, they have home run hitting ability, every time one of their skill guys gets their hand on the ball. And same thing, linebacker and secondary on defense, they can really, change their position on the field in a hurry. So, they present some difficulties on both sides of the ball, but, doing a nice job, hitting Antonio Sims out of the flat play before this, and we're starting to move, and Emmanuel just makes a freshman mistake right there. Don't make a bad play worse. Pull it down, run with the ball. Let's play the next play, and he tries to force one across his body, and unfortunately throws interception. But defense comes out playing hard. I believe that's Blake Robbins there coming in for the big sack and stopping this ASA drive and forcing a punt.
And we get a high punt here, and then Beckham gets run into right here, which is going to give us an additional 15 yards, and we're going to be able to start out on the 45.
Yeah, that's something we've seen several times this year. Everybody watching TV and some of the games, a little worried about him, thought it shook him up, but Dante was fine, and we benefit from the additional yardage, and we're coming back out here again. Emmanuel's running the offense, and he can make some things happen with his feet. And you see, we ended up getting moving the chains, getting the first down, and getting a little bit closer to pay dirt. And, the only thing right here, I'd just like to see him, get those shoulders facing the throw right there rather than throwing across his body deep. Fortunately, we didn't have much coverage on that receiver. That was Keenan Lewis, I believe. And we get another touchdown.
Wide open receiver, and he's just able to step inside the pylon to extend it to a 45-7 advantage. And right now is where the time that you're really going to start to get a look at some of these younger players that maybe not have gotten any playing time those first 2 games.
Yeah, again, building experience, building reps, and getting these guys ready for the next challenge. We've been pretty fortunate and had too many bad injuries. Certainly we've had bumps and bruises and some guys not being 100%, but you got to build experience, depth, and the ability of that second group on both sides to step in there and make big plays for you in future games, and that's something we're able to do here. See Joe Rucker finishing a block off right there, local guy out of Perry High School, and see John Tatum doing a great job here. His first touchdown, and he had some nice runs on the day as well. Good to get him back on the field.
And point after is good to make it 52-7, and that's one thing this year. Those offensive linemen, they have really been firing off the ball in the run game and playing with great intensity.
Yeah, I've been really happy with our returning sophomores and a lot of things they've done. I'm really excited about our freshman group, though. We really have some good ability in there, and just need some seasoning and some experience, and I think those guys are going to be a fantastic bunch for us as time progresses here at GMC. But see some of the young defensive guys out there, trying to make things happen, and just about have an interception right there. Nice break on the ball, and they're just coming out there playing hard. We tell them all when we put you on the field, and you better play like it's 0-0 and execute the calls, and they're doing a good job with that.
Come back here in another low snap, which plagued ASA on the day, and able to get a sack right here at the buzzer, and that's your ball game, folks, and that ends up being a 52-0 GMC victory.
Today is a nice one to get. Certainly not what we expected. The year before it was a 17-13 ball game going into the fourth quarter, and we won 24-13. And ASA again, they got a lot of talent. They do a good job coaching those kids, getting them ready to play. So the way the game turned out was a bit of a surprise for us. I think they're probably a little dead-legged. They had a long road trip that was played on Sunday before, so had a little bit of a short week and all that. And I'm sure that probably worked against them a little bit. But at the end of the day, we got a big win, and pretty much everybody got to play, and we get ready to move on to our next opponent.
And you mentioned earlier in the film what the defense was able to do against the run, and they attempted to rush 32 times but only got 22 yards. That's pretty good.
That's a pretty good day when you hold somebody that few yards, especially when they're trying to rush. Passing game wise, again, I thought we did some things better as far as underneath coverage and trying to lock that down a little bit and not give as much on the short and intermediate. Still, obviously, as we saw, had some things we'd like to tighten down a little better, but we're getting better each week, and I think that's a good thing. You want to continue each week to do some things better, and I think we're making that progress as we get into the season.
We'll be right back to talk about next week's matchup. You're watching The Burt Williams Show. Guys, they're everywhere. They're killing us from the outside. We've got to cover the cracks and crevices. We cannot let them penetrate. Ready? Ready! We got to protect the perimeter! Let Bughouse get rid of your pest nightmare.
Elbows connected to the arm, and your ears are connected to your brain. Your legs connected to your toes. My elbow's connected to another part of my arm. Your wrist connected to your joint. The hand's connected to the elbow.
Coach, we got ASA again this week, but it's a different ASA. It's ASA College out of New York.
Yep. ASA College is a relatively new program. I think this is their 6th year, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 5th. Very successful very quickly. Last year they went 11-1, finished in the top 5 or 6 in the country. Very talented group of student athletes on the team. Coach Orlando's done a great job building that program in a hurry. And they get a lot of Southern kids, a lot of Florida kids, and Gulf Coast area kids up there, which seems kind of odd maybe to Brooklyn, but it's a easy fly-in, and they've got a pretty good living arrangement for them up there. So they've been able to do a good job pulling a lot of players in. So it's going to be an extremely tough challenge. They're, going into this last weekend, they were ranked just ahead of us in the polls and all that. So it'll be a big game this weekend. And
kind of an interesting setup where you're going to play them on a neutral site. You're actually playing at the University of West Virginia.
Yeah, we're excited about that. The kids are. Coach Hill, for us, has a lot of family in West Virginia. He's from there, and so the guys are excited. We've done a similar type of arrangement the past few years with Lackawanna playing at North Carolina State. So we were able to put this together and get a midway point for us and them to kind of minimize the impact of the long travel that it is going to New York. So we're looking forward to it. It's a Sunday game, also a little bit different for us. So we got an extra day of preparation that'll be helpful for us. For them, it'll be their first game, which will pose some additional challenges.
But you got to be pleased with the way your team's held up. No injuries to speak of yet that are significant.
No, we had a few from this last week. Joe Harris, starting offensive guard, kind of tweaked his knee, little kneecap type thing that's structurally fine, but is a very painful type deal. So we got to see if we can limit that pain and let him play at full strength. Other than that, really bumps and bruises, things that should be overcome by the time game day rolls around. And that really helps. You can keep your first unit, your starting unit together, and then you still have a good, healthy second unit to bring in when you need to. So we hadn't had to shuffle personnel a whole lot yet, and I think that has helped us continue to get better each week and build a little bit better consistency as we go through the season, offense and defense, with our execution.
When I think of teams from the Northeast, I go back to the days, like you mentioned, that we used to play Nassau and Lackawanna and some of those guys, and I always think DNs and linebackers, that was always their strong suit.
And it is still. They have an excellent skill set as well on both sides of the ball, but their offensive and defensive line's big, massive, good-looking unit, and they really can roll off the ball. Defensive line, they're big in the middle and they're fast on the edge at those defensive ends, and the linebackers tackle very well, very physical ball players. And I say that again, we're looking at last year's personnel with the freshmen rolled in because they don't have any film from 2013 to evaluate. So you go to the websites and you see who they signed, and you kind of put two and two together as best you can. But there's a lot of question marks going into this, and probably the scheme issue is not as big a deal for us, trying to figure out what they're going to do to us on either side. It's more the personnel and how our people match up to their people when we really hadn't seen them play in most cases. So we got our work cut out for us. We just got to get ready to go and play a great opponent.
We'll have all your highlights here next week, live from Mountaineer Stadium. You've been watching the Burt Williams Show.